This is Magpul's gun belt. I went ahead and bought this past month because my older belt kind of gave out on me right there. So I went ahead and just made the purchase, spent the $80, which is what this is priced at, and I'm pretty happy with it. I've owned it for about maybe 2 months now, and I love it. It's a pretty thick belt. It's reinforced with polymer. It's made out of a combination of a bullhide leather and some sort of reinforced polymer. It's really stiff. Not like uncomfortably stiff, but there's no way that you'd be able to compress it with your hand. And unlike this belt right here that I used to wear every day and I wore for years, this is a Wolverine belt. It's nothing special or anything, but this one just gives way like that and is able to be bent. That one does not do that. It holds the holster in place. They offer it in 3 different colors. Black, I think they call it chocolate brown, and light brown. This is the light brown version. I went ahead and bought this one because that's what I'm used to buying, more of a lighter brown. They offer it in any sizes from 32 to 44-inch waist. And it's made here in the United States, and it's actually made in my hometown of El Paso. So that's another reason why I bought it. Let me take it apart here so you can take a look at it. The only bad experience I've had with this belt was that it's so rigid and so tough that it busted my favorite belt buckle right there. I guess I wasn't really thinking about it, but this little hinge here gave way because this belt does not stretch whatsoever. So this American Revolution Bicentennial buckle is ruined, which kind of sucks, but oh well. I'll just keep it as a memory or whatever. But the belt itself, there's no way you could crush that. I mean, let me see. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna pick the rifle up, put the whole rifle on top, and just, it will not bend. I mean, you can put the weight of the whole rifle on it and some, and the belt will not. I'm putting downward pressure on this and it does not bend. So I mean, it takes, I don't know what it takes to bend that belt, but it's not going to bend with you just wearing it. And that's one thing you got to get used to wearing this belt, because if you're used to wearing a more flexible belt, when you get in and out of your car and stuff like that, it's not forgiving. So you got to kind of adjust it a little differently than your older belt. And this is a handgun that I use with the belt. This is the holster. If you could see it, it's an inside the waistband holster, and the clip. I'm using one clip right now. I'm trying it out. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna stick with it or not, but you could see the 1.5 inch clip fits perfectly right there. There's no wiggle. I mean, somewhat of a wiggle, but it's pretty standard. Fits and feels pretty good on the holster. I'm gonna show you the thickness here compared to a normal belt, side by side. And it's not way thicker to where it's impractical, but it is a little bit thicker right there. This is my old belt down here, and you can see this is double layered. It's 2 different colors too. It's like a olive green, and you can see right here, handmade in Texas by Magpul Industries, bullhide leather, and it's got the cool logo on the inside. It's freaking badass. Alright, so I'm gonna put this on and show you guys how it looks. Another great feature about this belt is if you collect belt buckles or if you just decide to switch it out, you can just take these off right here. Simply just turn it, twist them off. You do it for both of them. Like that. Comes apart. Take your belt buckle out, put your new belt buckle in, you're good to go. That's what I did with my old belt buckle, but it gave away. So I think they call these Chicago screws or something like that. Anyways, that's very handy, and they don't come apart by themselves. You don't need to put Loctite or nothing like that on them. So the belt buckle itself, it's a nice looking belt buckle. I mean, kind of a classic, simple man's belt buckle, and I kind of starting to like it more now. I usually tend to like bigger belt buckles like this, but I'm starting to like the simplistic, dressy look of this one. It does come with these cool Magpul, I guess they're called, I don't know what you would call those, nuts or whatever. And then I'm gonna put this on, show you guys how it looks like with my handgun on. Maybe do some draws and stuff like that, so you guys can see how much it moves. Just give me a second so I can set up right. So here's the belt under my garment. You can see. Not very much movement, not too much craziness going on. And I mean, I got my EDC on, I got my knife, my multi-tool, everything else that I carry in my everyday life, and it doesn't budge, it doesn't bend. I mean, it just does what a belt's supposed to do, and it holds your gun. I'm gonna try to put it on my back 430 position. See how that goes. Oh, there. It's gonna be the same thing. It is. The belt feels good. Doesn't ride down, doesn't ride up, stays right where it's supposed to be. It is a little bit harder to get used to a regular belt because regular belt has a little bit of give in it, but other than that, there's no hard time of taking the clip off and putting it on. I mean, it's just as thick as it should be. But there. So I guess overall, if you spend $80 on a gun belt, you're gonna get some good products. And I mean, there's a lot of competition out there, so you got some homework to do. But when it comes down to it, if you get something that's made by a good company like Magpul, you're just gonna get a good belt that's gonna carry your gun well. And I don't have any doubt that you won't be pleased with it, because the stitching and the color and everything is close to perfect. I mean, I don't see any imperfections in this belt. It does come in a plastic bag, which, I mean, they didn't spend money on a fancy box or nothing like that, but the box is just gonna end up sitting in your closet anyways. So overall, I'd recommend this belt. I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but I mean, it's a good product. You could just, if you have common sense, you could see that it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. Well, I believe I've ran out of things to say, and you guys have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Give me a like and a subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate that. You guys keep safe, and God bless you.